I'm Sue Longworth, and Poppy is my sixth guide dog. I've gone through all the different systems of guide dogs over the years. My first dog was a full retriever, and I trained at Leamington and did residential at Leamington for a month because I was studying in Birmingham. She was quite a strong dog, and that was difficult because I wasn't used to handling a dog, but it worked out well in the end. My second dog was a lab, and I trained for a month at Bolton with her. Third one was a lab, and trained as domiciliary because my children were young at the time, so that was quite hectic, going back into the kids, not really having time to think about what you were doing. And she was quite a basic dog, but ideal again in temperament for the children and for the work we were doing. The fourth one was Black Lab Retriever Cross, and we trained at Liverpool when they did residential at Liverpool. But there was only me and a couple of other people coming in on days, so that wasn't quite a full class. And that was a bit difficult, some of the training in that but again, she worked really well long term. And then my last dog, I trained at the hotel when Liverpool did the training from the hotel, which I found more stressful than this training now, because of getting used to the new environment. I've got no vision at all as a backup, so I did find that difficult. And then you've got the evenings, weekends and things where it's not the same to sort of relax and socialise with different people then, rather than your family. So this time with Poppy, I had 3 weekends before we started the training, because it was flagged up that she'd taken a long time to bond with the instructors. She was very quiet when I had her at home. We just did discipline and playing, so that was quite restricting for me, but it was well worth it. You could gradually see her confidence building up with the family, just immediate friends. And then started training. We went into Liverpool Centre for some different days to do some of the obstacles and some of the initial walks on routes she knew, and that felt great. That felt very tailored to me, because even on the first day we did quite a good walk with people around. It wasn't the classic quiet walk, straight lines, and without a training lead, and it was very much that the dog was managing and I was, and so that felt better. That gave me confidence from the start, really, that I was working her. And then we started doing some routes at home. One basic big block that I use. Again, I was a bit concerned about using food reward, because a previous dog I had, another black lab, was trained with a lot of food reward, and she used to play up with it and stop and start just to get a treat. But again, I was able to say that and discuss it, and then they reminded me then to check that out and not let her get away with that if she stopped short of a curb, to make sure we were at the curb before she gets it, and then alternate, not always feeding her. And so it was open for discussion, which again felt really good, that it was useful to me. And now I've had her for 3 months, that I've stopped rewarding her all the time. It's intermittent, and I'm happy with that. And obviously she's still working for me without always getting a reward, but I can see how it works as well. This time I understand more about the training, about how she learns, and I think that's clearer than it has been before. The way they've taught her to target things has been really useful, because of the environment I've got in work on a campus for the university. It's got no pavements, it's all flat paving and wide open spaces, so we've had to use things to target to break the route up, and she's really good at it. It's really been worth reinforcing. She remembers it really well. So again, those things, you know, have been thought about in her matching. She's very quiet, very settled. I'm a counsellor, so she has to sit for hours at a time in the office, and again, that's worked really well. I was surprised that she was so young. She was only 17 months when I got her, I think, and she settled straight away in that environment. And I think that must be linked to the way that they're put in the office when they're not working. They've all got a place in the office, you know, that possibly that's why she's used to that environment and used to settling. Again, there was little things about she was a bit shy of new people, stroking her head. She's a bit body sensitive, but again, it was flagged up early, and I've been able to work with that. Other things around the house which are a bit more amusing, like she doesn't move out the way, she'll just lie down, which some of the other dogs have done, but you forget until you've got a new one again about learning to move out your way. And coming to me, my other dog used to come to me. She was very sensitive and she used to be close to you all the time, where we've kind of taught Poppy to do that, because she'll stand near you but not near enough to touch me, so I don't know she's there, and she's learnt that as well, that if she sits in front of me I don't know she's there, so now she will bash me with a paw if she wants to play. But we have taught her as well the kind of come and touch, which I've never done that before, of again rewarding her but not all the time, that she learns that. So yeah, I do feel like I've learned a lot more this time, about how she understands things. That the only downside, I guess, that I was concerned about with them going to a border was whether it depends on how good they are with them at home and well behaved they are, whether that's changing the environment again from puppy walker to a border, and how good they are. And that did kind of crop up because she's quite food orientated, so she'll sit and look at you when you've got a snack, and she was looking around the kitchen at meal times right up to the table, which I didn't like. I've never had dogs like that. I've always had dogs that just, you know, stay in the place. So, and I need that for work because we have snacks and dinner on your knee. But again, I was able to flag that up. So to me, I linked that with that should have been managed at the borders better. But again, flagged it up, and everybody worked on it together, so we were all keeping the same consistent message then. They did a little bit of extra of that with her at the centre, and we've reinforced it at home, so it's not so much an issue now. And it might just be this dog, it might just be that I've not had a dog that's so foodie, I don't know. It was just...
So overall, Sue, what would you say about this experience?
It's still hard work,
yeah.
And the concentration, you forget how much it takes concentrating to get used to a new dog. But it has been less stressful overall, and I feel like I've had much more contact with the instructors and the early training as well, that they know the dog, and like a recall has been reinforced, so they've passed on how they've done that to me, and then I've done the same at home. So I think there's a bit more of that, which helps the dog understand.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sue.